Hey there, Heather Boyd Wire here.
Today I'm making a kitty pendant for Amber's cat Stilly. I'll link up a live stream where I made more cat angels. What you're going to need for this project is 22 and 20 gauge wire, your tools, and a couple of beads. So I'm going to take about 12 inches of wire and stack two different sizes of beads. You can use about 12 and 10 millimeter beads, and we're going to surround the bottom bead halfway with wire, twist it around the middle, and then bring the wire up across the top of the second bead. So just pull it around and then get our tweezer nose pliers to form the first ear. I love these Xuron tweezer nose pliers. You can get some nice fine details with these. I'll link up all my tools in the description below the video. So curve it around to the other side, and now we're going to form the other ear, bringing the wire around to the back. So just form the ears, get them as centered as you can, and then bring the wire out to the other side of the bead. So that's your starting point. And now we're going to wind the wire around to the front and give it a turn around. So we've surrounded the head. Push the wires down a little bit if you need to have them more to the sides. And then bring the wire around to the other side of the bottom bead and around to the bottom. So now we have the beads fully surrounded, and we're going to take the end and slide it through the bottom to hook it at the bottom of the bead. So pull it with your pliers. I cut my wire a little bit long, but better too long than too short. And now we're going to form a spiral with our cone. This is my favorite way to make spirals. And you can also use the tip of a pen and just bring it right around to make a closed loop, and clip the end with your flush cutters. Push it down so there's no little pokey end, and then we're just going to collapse that spiral with your thumb. Just push it down. Straighten it out a little bit. So there we have it, and if it's too much wire, just trim it a bit. This is a good little hack if you want your spiral to be more open. Take the end of your pliers and curve it around to make a closed loop. Now you can adjust the spiral so it's more centered, and then just press it flat. So now at the top we're going to form a halo. So I'm going to bend the wire out to one side and curve it a little bit, just using my fine round nose pliers. So curve it around the top. You could even put little beads on the halo if you want, and bring it around to the front, just trying to center it best you can. And then you can wind that end around 2 or 3 times. It's a little tricky to get it between the ears, so you might have to wiggle it a bit to get it around there. This wire is quite soft and easy to work with. It's the Artistic Wire by Beadalon, and this is the 20 gauge. So now we're going to go in and clip it with our flush cutters, and just use your tweezer nose pliers to push in that little pokey end, and there's your basic shape for the cat angel. So we're going to make the wings with contrasting gold wire, about 8 inches of the 22 gauge wire. I find it easier to do these with slightly thinner wire. You could get away with 20, but the 22 is easier to work with. So we're making them together. We folded the wire in half, and now we're going to get our looping pliers to form the curves. So we're just going to go around, form the curves of the wings. This way, when you do both sides at the same time, it becomes symmetrical. So now we'll use the tweezer nose pliers to make more of a sharp bend at the end of the wing, and now grab your looping pliers. These are the 6-step looping pliers by Beadalon. I will link them up in the description below the video. So now we want to make 3 little bumps in the wings. So we're just going to alternate the size of the loop on the pliers and make a little wavy formation going back and forth. You can just roll it in a little bit if it's too large, and we're going to go back and forth until we have a nice shape on our wings. So that's our basic shape. You can curve it out a little more with your finger. And then now we are going to open up the wings, and you'll see that they are symmetrical. Now just double check that they fit on the kitty and pull the wires up a little bit to make them a little smaller, and then we're just going to bring the wire around. So this is a great way to make basic wings that you can add to many different designs. You can even use these in sort of a mixed media if you make a little figure out of Fimo or even fabric. They're very versatile. So now we have to attach the wings to the kitty. So I'm going to curve out one of the ends a little bit so I can feed it through one of the little spaces underneath the head of the kitty. So just feed it through and then pull on it with your pliers. So just adjust it as you need, and then take the end, give it a good little tug so it's nice and firm and it's not going to wiggle around. So from there we want to clip that end flush with our flush cutters, and then we're going to get the other end and feed it around, getting your pliers so it's easier to grab onto. I always like to cut my wires a little longer so I have a little more to work with. So feed it through that wing and grab the end and do any little adjusting that you need. And we want to pull it nice and tight. Bring it right around, and then we're going to hide that little end. So just go slowly, make sure the wings stay centered, and you can give it a little bit of a pinch to get that end in there and curve it around. So now you can adjust it so the wings are nice and straight, and there's your sweet little kitty angel.
So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire art and jewelry, be sure to join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. And if you'd like to check out my work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. I also have a mailing list, so if you'd like to sign up below, I'll send you my Wire Art Essentials ebook. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.